What's up, everybody? Welcome back to RacingDudes.com. And well, let's face it, the next big race on the calendar is going to be the Pegasus World Cup. It is coming out soon, coming here at the end of January. And today we get kind of the idea of who might be in the race. The 12 invitees from Gulfstream Park were sent out to us today. So we're going to go through the 12 that Gulfstream Park hopes to get in the race. It seems like most of these horses are probable to go to the Pegasus World Cup. Before we begin, listen, there's no question it's not as big a race as it was last year in terms of build-up, hype, or talent, as we had Life is Good and Knicks Go in a clash last year. And it really, at the time, before we really knew that Flightline was going to be just that good, that we really thought that that Life is Good Knicks Go matchup might be the best thing we saw all year. Turns out it was not, but certainly at the time it felt huge. We do not have a crazy matchup of superstars in this potential field, but I think we've got maybe the best betting race the Pegasus has ever been. If you look back through the history of the race, kind of been up and down as far as what's good to bet in this race, because it's been a lot of favorites because we've had those big-time horses. We got an interesting field here. Let's go through the 12 that have been invited and who they hope make it to the Pegasus on that last Saturday in January. Cyberknife is kind of the headliner. Of course, the Haskell winner, Breeders' Cup Mile runner-up, Travers runner-up. Cyberknife, very good horse, really all season long once Brad Cox kind of got him figured out. Had a little bit of trouble mentally. Cox has even said as much. He said, hey, mentally it's kind of a work in progress, but he's got a ton of talent. He got him straightened out later in the year. Good second half for Cyberknife. I'm sure he will be your favorite. Bob Baffert has won this race a few times. He's going to bring Defunded to this race. This horse won the Awesome Again and the Native Diver in back-to-back starts here recently. So we'll see if Defunded can keep that streak going if he indeed comes to the Pegasus. Proxy is another horse that is a recent Grade 1 winner. Last time out, Proxy was able to win the Clark Handicap at, or excuse me, now it is the Clark Stakes, I should say, at Churchill Downs. So Proxy coming in and finally getting that big-time win. We'll see if he can make it 2 in a row in this spot. White Abarrio, a horse that we know loves Gulfstream Park. How do we know that? He was the winner of the Florida Derby at Gulfstream Park last season. He comes in here off of a third-place finish in the Cigar Mile. Another horse, Get Her Number out of that Cigar Mile. He was second in that race. He also won a tough allowance at Del Mar 2 races back. Get Her Number trade by Peter Miller. We'll see if he can kind of get to the winner's circle in a big-time race. Art Collector also nominated, or invited, I should say. He's another horse that you know pretty darn well. Recently won this Charlestown Classic before finishing 5th in the Lucas Classic. But at times, you know, Art Collector can jump up and run a pretty good race. Super Cornito, this is kind of a newer horse to the list here. He won an allowance at Gulfstream Park last time out. You know, a horse that looks like he's getting better with each and every start. Skippy Longstocking also invited. Saffie Joseph Jr. trained horse. Won the quote-unquote local prep for the Pegasus World Cup here at Gulfstream Park. He won the Harlan's Holiday. He did it very easily. Horse is getting better and better. So I think Skippy Longstocking does add a little bit of intrigue, not only to this race, but to this older division now as they've all turned 4 or 5 or whatever they might be in this race. This older handicap division, Skippy Longstocking, could be one to watch. He got better as a 3-year-old. First start as a 4-year-old looked pretty darn good. Stiletto Boy, a horse that was here last year, got 3rd in this race last season. Recently 2nd in the San Antonio at Santa Anita. He's just kind of there a lot of times in these big races. We'll see if he can do it again. Stiletto Boy coming back and going to try his luck again. Another horse that loves Gulfstream Park is Simplification. He was 3rd in that Harlan's Holiday behind Skippy Longstocking. Ran okay. Like I said, likes Gulfstream. He'll be back here for the Pegasus. He'll give that another shot. Last Samurai, horse that was 2nd in the Tinsel Stakes last time out at Oaklawn Park. Dwayne Lucas trained Last Samurai. He was also 4th in the Clark Stakes behind Proxy. So we'll see if Last Samurai shows up here and is able to compete. He does really like the distance. So we'll see what happens with Last Samurai and if he shows up. And then finally, O'Connor, another Saffie Joseph trained horse, was actually the favorite, went off as the favorite in the Harlan's Holiday last time out. Could do no better than 4th, though. Kind of disappointing run for the favorite in that race, but he has been invited to the Pegasus World Cup, and he could definitely run. That would give Saffie Joseph a potential of 3 starters in the race. So those are the 12 that have been invited right now. 8 other ones are kind of on the waiting list, and if some drop out, then they will come in, obviously. I do think we'll get a field of 12. I do think it'll be very competitive. We are lacking that superstar, and that's no disrespect to Cyberknife, a great horse, but, other than that, Haskell win, he's finished second and third a lot in those bigger races, but not actually get all the way up to win. As far as a very rough pick right now, that please never hold me to this because we're still about 4 weeks away from the race. I would lean Cyberknife at this point, and I've got a lot of interest in Skippy Longstocking as well. I picked him in the Harlan's Holiday, was pretty confident he would win, and he did. I just feel like he is just getting better and better. And so, end of the day, might try to pull the trigger with him a little bit. Skippy Longstocking, Cyberknife, White Abarrio, that's kind of the 3 I'm interested in at the moment. We'll see. That could really change, though, as we get riders and post positions, and let's see how they work out the next 3 weeks and so on and so forth. That's kind of what I'm looking at, rough sketch right now. I'm not going to really worry about it for another 2 or 3 weeks, though. So, all right, that's your rundown of the horses that are invited right now to the Pegasus World Cup. If everything goes to plan, those will be the 12 in the field. I think we kind of know, it's kind of a long shot that all 12 will go according to plan, but hey, that's what we've got for now. So, Pegasus World Cup, the next big race on the calendar. It's coming up real quick. It'll be here before you know it, guys, and I think it's going to be a pretty competitive field this year. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching this race. Stay tuned to the channel because we'll have all kinds of coverage on the Pegasus World Cup, including, I'm guessing, some race or horse-by-horse analysis once we get the official fields and stuff like that. Certainly previews and certainly talk about the undercard races on that big-time program as well. Gotta love a big race in January. All right, guys, thanks everybody for watching. Hit the like button if you like this video. Hit subscribe if you really like it. And go ahead and comment about how terrible the race is going to be in the comment section. I know you will. All right, thanks everybody for watching, and we'll see you next time.
RacingDudes.com is your home for the best free picks for every race, every track across the country. We're ramping up for the 2023 Kentucky Derby, and we want you to join us in the fun. Subscribe to Racing Dudes YouTube channel and click the notification bell so you never miss a single video. Want to make money betting horses? Bet with the Racing Dudes.